Hello everyone. So in this video I thought I'd talk about something that at first glance might not seem to be too much of a problem, but actually can be really quite challenging to deal with, and that's inheritance. So as a wealth manager, I see clients from lots of different backgrounds with lots of different needs and views. And in my experience, one situation that can sometimes arise is what I call the burden of inheritance. So given everything that's going on in the world at the moment, I'm very aware that this is probably the literal definition of a first world problem, but that really shouldn't prevent us from talking about it. So this feeling of a burden can sometimes be a real issue that clients struggle to open up about. And I'd like to raise the issue in this video, really in the hope that it will be of help to someone who perhaps is in this position. So we should start with a high level view in that wealth should be an enabler. It should be empowering. What it shouldn't be is something that clients really struggle to deal with. So the responsibility, the large numbers, and the complexity can all be quite off-putting. But remember, it doesn't have to be that way. So I often remind clients that wealth is essentially the vehicle that you use to do what you want in life. You can be as hands-on with it or as hands-off as suits you. In the UK, we've got a fantastic financial and investment advice profession that can guide you through any decisions that are needed. So note, what we can't do is give you the answers, as every individual and certainly every family is unique. But I suppose much like a good coach or a mentor, we can ask the right questions and we can explain what are often quite complicated concepts in much more straightforward terms. So if you find yourself in the fortunate position of receiving perhaps a large inheritance or being in control of a large amount of family money, and this is then shortly followed by a feeling of pressure and stress from this new responsibility, here are my 3 top tips for you. So first of all, keep it simple. So it can be really easy to make things too complicated in the investment world. It might sound like clever planning at the outset, to have numerous different investment vehicles and providers and strategies, and from a technical perspective, that might well be true. But remember my original point that I made at the start, in that wealth should be empowering. And for most clients, it shouldn't become a full-time job to manage. And that is, after all, what you've got advisors for. But it should be something that's easily understood. Now, the numbers might be large in some cases, but that doesn't mean you should need an economics degree to really understand what's going on. So secondly, flexibility. So life changes, and so do the needs of you and your family, and often in directions that you couldn't have predicted at the outset. So having an arrangement that's flexible can be really useful. So when you're thinking about your investment setup and strategy, think about things like accessibility of capital, liquidity, i.e. how quickly can cash be realised if needed, and whether capital can be given to different members of the family at different times, to name just a few considerations to throw into the mix. So communication is also key. So quite often with inheritances and family wealth more broadly, there can be lots of different stakeholders to think about. So this can be as simple as just you and your children, or as complex as including the children's spouses, grandchildren, and perhaps more remote but closely connected family members. So whilst complete disclosure isn't often required, a sense of the overall objectives and the guiding principles for the family wealth is something that really should be understood within your inner circle. I often find that a regular family investment meeting can be really useful, and is something that your advisors can organise and even chair if you like. So this helps share the load of any tough decisions and responsibilities. So that's all from me for this update. As always, I'd love to know what you've been up to, and whether any of the points that I've observed here resonate with you. So please do continue to like, comment and share this video if you found it useful. Thank you.